Hello, this is Patrick. You know, about a month ago, I saw something on the Mexican presidential elections, and they said the communist guy, excuse me, who was the former mayor of Mexico City, this is like his third time running for president, is favored to win. And I dowsed how U.S. and Mexican relations will be if this man won. And they were awful. This is going to, our relations are going to go south if this man wins. And I just dowsed just now with my pendulum that he probably will win. And he seems to be closely aligned with the Mexican drug cartel, which is flooding our country with cocaine, fentanyl, and heroin. So when I go, I go, what are our relations? Now, anything -9, -8 would be hot war, sporadic fire, guerrilla fire across the border. 9 is war, 10 is bad war. And +8 is peace, tranquility. And 10, 9 and 10 would be unification of the two countries, all right? And we'll start with 0. This is today's relationship today, which is pretty bad. All right, but we're going to say this is 0 today. Okay. All right. What are relations under the new president in the next 3 months after he's elected? And I'm getting, boy, wow. Okay, is that a -9? It's good. It kind of says war. It's really weird. Uh, he's telling everyone, all the poor people, to immigrate to the United States, that it's their birthright. So he's provoking all this, and it's in his campaign. I saw. Is it true that the United States approved $82 billion to invade Mexico? Yes. Yeah. Of all the issues in the next 6 months in international relations, where does this rate in the top 10? It's going to be our #1 foreign policy issue. Right now, we don't have anything. What is the probability this man wins? It's really high. What is the probability he is aligned with the drug cartel? He is. It's very, very high. The relationship between them. And is he going to declare amnesty for the drug cartel? Yes. Is this going to cause armed conflict between the United States and Mexico? What is the probability that will happen? It's pretty crazy. So John Kelly and let me see here. Where is it? There's this whole thing. I don't have it. Oh, I don't have it. It's this weird piece called Sorka Fall, and it's similar to it's like a version of Q in a way, and it's been around for like 20 years. I remember it in the 2002 Sorka Fall, and they pass themselves off as like nuns in Ireland, not necessarily Catholic, but a community of women, and they have visions, they say. But more than likely, they're an intelligence operation. But so they put out these flyers once a week, and a lot of effort goes into them. You know, they're about a couple pages typed, and there's a lot of information there. And it's really outrageous what they write about. Now, disinformation is you put a little truth in with your disinformation. So it confuses people. And I think they put out one on Mexico, and they kind of saying the relationship between Kelly and Trump. They've been talking about this issue because there's way too many drugs going through the border. It's destroying our country. The drugs. It's just we can't stop it. We have been unable to stop it, and many people in high places have been really rich by it, and that's why nothing gets done. And if we don't defend the border, something's, the country's pretty much over. And that's what the communists want, because then you can have a unified North America, unified, America, all. So we can all be poor together, regardless, and there won't be any culture left. The American culture will be gone, and they're, whatever its shortcomings are, it can produce food. That's what it does. Produces foods, goods, and services. And you always say when you go to a third world country like Nigeria, you always say, "Thank God I was born in America this time around," because there's some tough places to live. So the Sorkafal came out and said the drug cartel's pretty much running big chunks of Mexico in their last newsletter, and they said Kelly and Trump back in 2015 pointed this out, and they've been on the same page for that long. It's been a long time. They know this is an issue, and if we don't do something now, and it's more than about the border. It's about what kind of neighbor are we going to have. And I just said it looks like it's going to be some kind of war, low intensity war. I don't know. I mean, it's something people don't see coming. And this election, I think it's sometime in July, and I think it's going to go south real fast because the rhetoric he's using is just provoking. And I think the drug cartels, are they in line, do you think, with the rich communist Americans? Let's go look. Is there an alliance with rich liberal Americans who have a vested interest in the drug cartel? Yeah, there is. There is. I'm not 100% sure of the words. How about rich liberal? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not telling you one word. I'm not telling you one word. But rich liberal communist Americans are like that with the cartels. And this is going to be planned. They're going to provoke it. And it's probably related to the whole overall arc. That's why this whole children coming across unaccompanied, this is obviously the activities because the government of Mexico is allowing this and encouraging it. So people are flying from all over the world, and all these kids are going up to the boat, and they just let their hands go, or they line them up with an adult. It's crazy, and so that's out of control. This is total, and it's really dangerous for the kids. It's dangerous for everyone. It's not safe, and there's not a cohesive thought to where the culture is going. So I just thought I'd pass that on. This is probably the issue flying underneath the radar for everyone, and it's going to be the number one issue by the end of the year, maybe sooner. It depends how fast he goes. So when he gets elected, watch what he says and does, and we'll look on it. It's a bigger picture. I know they've known about this a long time. People have thought about this issue of Mexico for a long time, and it's considered a national security threat. In the spirit realm of things to happen, Mexico always had a hierarchy of very rich people causing a great deal of suffering and poverty to the people, and they can't really fix it. It's just something in the culture that can't be fixed, and someone has a plan. There's a plan afoot in the U.S. government. Kelly's a part of it. Trump is a part of it. And you know, I don't know if it's good. Let's just rate it. Yes, average consciousness, the plan. Well, it's not like the angels are going to come down and do this plan. Uh, does Trump think it's going to lead to some kind of war? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Does John Kelly think it can lead to armed conflict? No. You know, they think it. Do they fear it could lead to war? Yes. So anyway, keep your eye open on this individual. I think his name was Abri, not Abrigado, but something like Luis Abrado. Anyway, I haven't had any dreams on it or anything, but it looks like this is peeping through little press articles like Sorka Fall, who always has a little bit of truth thrown into their big presentation. And it's a government operation, I believe, of one of the intelligence branches. And anyway, don't worry about it. We'll see enough. Wait till the election, see what kind of words come out. Uh, and it's gonna, if it does, it can get nasty between Mexicans that live here in the United States. You know, maybe that might lead to what I said before. I see most of them going back to Mexico eventually, but I don't know how long that's going to take. You know, I said before maybe a year, but these things are very. This whole timeline we're in is very in flux, and so to peg down exact time, uh, it's easier to pick the NFL teams. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.